Hey there, let's do this again. I was waiting for my one jewelry gal to come on to do the live again because the sound was awful. No sense in doing a live if nobody can hear you, right? You couldn't figure out how I was making jewelry, right? So let's do this again. Ready? Hey, let me get this on my faceted bead page. I'm still waiting to get enough followers to do it live on my own page. But until then, I have to do it on my private page. It's no big deal. It just takes me a minute to pass it over. We're going to make some earrings today. And I got lots of show and tell. Oh, that sounds so much better. I could hear me for a tad on there. I'm just going to take a minute. There we go. We make sure it's on there. And there I am. Perfecto, perfecto. I'm going to comment. Welcome at everyone. There we go. Ooh, I better plug my computer is getting low. There we go. I waited a little bit because I didn't want to bump into the same time as the gal that I normally watch. And it doesn't look like she's coming on today. So this won't take very long because we have a little bit of bare earrings. And I like to keep it short so that people can, you know, lots of other things in life to do besides be on a live. There's several people I would love to follow, but you can only just watch so many lives a day, right? So here we go. There we go. Awesome. 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 So let me show you, since I got you on camera already, let me show you a few things that I've been working on. Well, actually, I'll just do show and tell with what I got on. These are some earrings that my very original jewelry mentor gave to me. It was the last thing she gave to me. She had such a giving heart. She passed away from cancer. And I remember giving them to me and going, don't tear those apart. Because I got known for, I like to tear things and put them new and old mixed together. And she goes, they're vintage. Don't tear them apart. So they're kind of special to me. I got on a necklace. I'll show you that. It's one of the first pieces that I made that, you know, designed myself and made. I'd been to Colorado and I'd gotten this stone. And then I made this on steel wire and attached these two. I loved the color combination and it's unique. It's on the bronze color chain. Anyway, that's just a few of the things. I'll show you my bracelets that I got. You turn you around. I've got the first one. My jewelry mentor had a class. She was a great sea beater, and I wore that. And I learned on that bracelet that double, triple knotting is important because I was in a public bathroom and they started falling all to the ground, and I collected what I could and found the colors I needed and repaired it. The second one, the gold one, is my stepmom's mom. When she passed, she gave me a few of her pieces, which are special. And then that pretty white brown, isn't that pretty? I got that at a thrift store. And then the other one is a Candy Cooper special from Nostalgica. She makes these beautiful sparkle bracelets, all different designs and colors. And I just like a little zing with, you can see doll. I like the textures, like all different kind of textures. I think that makes a cool, unique piece of jewelry. Anyway, that's show and tell for there today. And I'll show you what's on my table. What's on my table I've been working on is I showed you a couple weeks what components I wanted to put together, and this is what the finished product does. So I got some gunmetal lighter, darker chain, shells, tubes, jasper beads, thicker shells. You put it on leather, knotted overhand knot leather. Then I used soft flex to wire it, crimped them on each side, and then put spacers to make it look like beads so that your eyes would be attracted to the bead and not the connection there. And I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I thought I would make a short, it would be a short bracelet or necklace, but it ended up being a longer one. I like it. I like how it turned out. Anyway, so that's that one. I wanted to share that one. It felt good to get that one done. I worked hard on that one and it was very satisfying. In the end, I'll try that on so you can see it. Okay. Then what I was been working on is I want to make some dainty pieces. Dainty pieces are popular and I do think they're cute. And this was just this small strand of gemstones that I used in today's project. And I just had to make something cute. Look at that cute little sterling clasp with a little heart. So I used soft flex. I used some of that same bone in there. This is some fake, just pretty stony looking turquoise. And it'll be in my shop. I think it turned out really cute. Here, I'll show it to you on. It was very simple to make. The one thing you have to be careful with the gemstones is that they, will go through. I did try to open up the hole in one of them and it broke, but they're just cute and dainty. I mean, like, who takes the time to sit down and make those size beads? I mean, some of them are faceted. I mean, that's just amazing. I mean, who does that? Anyway, I am very tickled with how it turned out. So that one will be in my shop. I'll get some pictures of that later and post it on there. I put at the end, you never know, people's bracelets size can be bigger or smaller. So I put like a couple jump rings on there to shorten it or lengthen it. Here's the other thing that I was very excited about. Candy Cooper gives out free gifts and they do a special every couple months of great bead extravaganza. And if you purchase so many items, you get free beads. And so this was what she had at the last one. Is that adorable or what? I'm in love with it. So I had the chain. I love to buy old chain. This was some old necklace that had like 3 strips of chain on it, different colors. Here's the rest of it. I just took it off. It had silver, bright gold, and then more of a dirty gold. Now it's connected with silver, so it's kind of a mixed metal. So I just added it to a jump ring, added all that on there. Look at that. Isn't that cute? That little dragonfly. That's one thing. And then here's like just a combo of beads, a purple, big purple stone. I just wire wrapped some chain here. I added this little blue stone, check bead leaf. And then look at that cute little moon, and I added a bead in there. It is just going to hang dangly. It'll just fall every which way when you wear it. It's not going to hang just perfectly. It's going to be a messy, wrappy charm necklace. Big, little. Isn't that cool? That's inspiring to me. Thank you, Candy Cooper. You are very talented, and I've learned a lot from you through the years. Actually, if it wasn't for you and this silver that I got to help other people buy, I probably wouldn't be even doing this live. So today, here's the pieces that we're going to do. The earrings that we're going to do. I'll show you the kit. I have a few kits, just a few of them. And It'll come with everything, the head pins to make the top. I made sure that the stones would fit on the, you can change this up. You know, it's your kit. I give you the ideas. You come up with your own ideas. But as I made it, I put everything in. You get the ear wires. You get the metal bars. These are the cool beads that are in it. These are old vintage beads lined with like a gold and a pretty pinkish burgundy. They're glass. They're like this cute, weird looking, odd shaped design. I love them. I'm very organic. Now, this isn't, the finished product isn't organic, but to put organic pieces in a finished product like that is like right up my alley. So it's going to have the rondelles. You'll have these cute little rondelle beads, sparkly beads, spacers, and then a finished rainbow type pinkish beads, and then the top little seed beads. So that's what comes in the kit. Each week when I do it, I try to do a few kits to match what I do, and just wanted to show you what was in there. So we'll put these back in here, and we'll get on with making that kit. We're redoing today because the sound and everything to do with Facebook did not work this morning. So I just waited to see if no one came on. I have an errand to do, or I would have waited and done it this afternoon, but I need to run out today. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out the one that I especially liked. And then this one I want to redo just to walk you through it. I'm not crazy about, I say this over and over, but I work my wraps till I get them and I like them. That's just a thing I do. I sometimes will do it 2, 3, 4 times until I get it the way I like it. Now you wouldn't think because I'm messy that I would care about that. Look at this cool tool. It's got plastic on it. So when your wire gets a little crooked, you can just run it through and straighten it out and it doesn't mar it. I don't know what that's called, but I use that quite a bit. I like that tool. So let's cut this one apart because I don't like the top of it. We're going to redo this one. Snip her off. Let it fall apart. I'm also going to show you a little trick that I do. I'm not going to redo the bottom because the bottom piece is great. The little gemstones. I call this one the Gemmie stones. They're just so dang cute. When I went up and took it and showed it to my husband last night, I said, look what I made for the show. I said, look at these Gemmie stones. I said, oh, that's going to be the name for it, Gemmie stones. So, I want to make sure you're in the screen. Little Gemmie stones. Little Gemmie. That would be a good dog name. Little Gemmie. I have one person on there. I can see why I'm on here. Be nice to say hi, if you like. I love company. I love to, one of the reasons I'm doing this is I would like to, down the road, have a group of people where we just get on Zoom and wherever we are in the world, we get together and we just make jewelry. And we just talk jewelry and just hang out. Since, you know, it's getting harder and harder to find people near me or near us that do jewelry, but we're out there online, aren't we? I can see them out there online. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip off the end of this so I can make a shepherd's hook because I'm making this piece right there. And I'm going to bend this over, make a shepherd's hook, little teeny shepherd's hook. Doesn't need to be very big because we're just going over the same wire. Bend it back. Where you going, little buddy? Little buddy woke up. You going to go get a drink? As long as you don't go potty, boo-boo. Okay. And then I'm going to find the front of my gemstones. Connect that there. Tina goes, it's me. Glad Facebook is working now. Me too, girlfriend. I'm glad you said hi. I like to know who's on there. It's nice to not feel all alone. And I know other people watch it. I see people are watching I put all these onto YouTube, by the way. I am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, and I put all my videos on YouTube, and I get more views on YouTube, of course, than I do on Facebook, which is fine. And then I also add my items onto Pinterest. And then, of course, I sell my items in Etsy. So, and everywhere you go, I'm called Faceted Bead. I love faceted beads. I don't know why. I always wait. Anytime there's a sale or a show online, I'm like, where's the faceted beads? I want to see the faceted beads. So, I love faceted beads. Making is a lot like people. We have all kinds of sides. Faceted beads have many sides. And that's what people and bead making is so unique. I've been watching different people now, you kind of take on the design of a person that you get mentored by. And so I've been trying to spread out my wings and look a little, out there. And oh my gosh, are people creative. Okay, I got my shepherd's hook on there. And I'm going to add this cute little metal bar. I just had to get those bars. Now, what's nice about this shepherd's hook is it can lodge down there in that bar and get kind of locked in instead of being, it'll be a little free flowing, but it does sit down in there and seated down in there. So what I want to show you is the trick with this bead being a glass bead. It has a bigger hole in it. So what you do is you take a seed bead. Sometimes you can fill the whole center of it up. I already know with this one, I just need to add one. And see, it helps it sit right on top of that glass one or that metal piece very nicely now. When it wasn't there, it was a little wobbly. So it's nice. It sits right on there. And you really can't see it in there. I can see it a hair. But that's a trick. And then I do the same thing at the top. And what it does is it fills up that hole of that bead to make your earring lay nicer. Because these are organic beads. And so they're not going to be as linear and straight. But that's the uniqueness of them. So next I'm going to put the rondelle. Then I put the crystal rondelle. Then I add the little cute spacer. Isn't that a cute spacer? I just love these little spacers. It's little teeny. It's like a little spaceship. And then I add this pretty pink, it's got a rainbow sheen on it, bead. And then I add the little teeny weeny silver seed bead. Get it on there. Then I'm ready for my wrap. Isn't that cute? It's very cute. Cute, cute, cute. So, of course, now when I want to do my wrap, I want to make my bend first, but I want to make sure that all my openings are to the back. So I lay that flat, pull that down, which means I make my bend this way. Because when I go that way, my hole will be facing this way. Now I'm going to make a very small loop, bend that over, twist my hand, bend that back. There we go. See, we got our little loop there. See how nice? Grab it with our flat nose pliers and then bend. 1, 2, and 3. And this one's ending up so nicely. I'm just going to tuck it right in there because these new head pins are very buttery soft. And I'll tell you, I'm so used to my very thick ones, and I see the advantage of both. It was very nice to make that wrap, and it did a great job on that wrap. It really did. But what I do like about the stiffer metal is, now, everything has its pros and cons. This earring can bend a little easier because that metal is buttery. So, you know, I just would have to be a little more careful with these. Now, with that stiffer wire, it ain't bending at all. You'd have to work at it. So, but they both work. They just have their advantages. And that's one of the things with this one. So they are finished. I'm just going to add the ear wire. I'll show you a few more pieces. And puppy went back to sleep. He must have been thirsty. Find the front of my, and make sure I put my front on. Face in front. Close up my ear wire. And let's see what these babies look like on. 1, 2. Okay. Hi. Hi there. Okay. That's right. I already showed you these. So here they are. They're very soft. They actually would go with what I got on today. Pink and brown go very nicely. My little Gemmie earrings. I like those. Like. So I said I would show you what these look like on. This piece, I just have to say, is like really, I love faces, and that's why I like this one. That's why I got it, because I love faces. But I do have to say, it really is out of my paradigm. Like, it's not really something that you would say, oh, that's interesting, Wendy, you got that. That's a little different than what you normally do. It is. It's just a little edgy, I guess, and different for me. But see, I decided to wear it really long. And it's kind of squarish. It looks cute. It would look cute with a t-shirt and jeans. I like it. I can see the, let me stand up and show it to you and see what it looks like. I like it. I like it a lot. Now this is what it would look like short. And I think it would look great either way. But for me, it's kind of a big piece for me. So I think this long is why I went long with it. Anyway, that's that one. I had a good time. Sorry we had to do a redo, but that's okay. I was hoping maybe I'd catch some other people at this time. But I see my faithful friend Tina is on there. And I'm glad you can hear me this time and follow along with the project. And I did start, I will show you these, I did start to make a pair of earrings to match, you know. I took a piece of the chain, and I'm not really finished with these yet. They're still a work in progress, but it's pretty close. I mean, they go well with it. Same components are in that are in the necklace. So let me look down here in my goodie box. Oh, maybe I should show you this. So remember, you know, I always got something that's like cooking. So this is what's cooking now. And this is a very dear necklace to me because my good friend's mom's in a nursing home, and she sent this to me. It was her mom's. Dottie, I love that lady. She's the sweetest, sweetest lady. She's a lot of fun. She had 5 kids. I was friends with all her kids. They're all grown now, of course. And, you know, it's hard to go in a nursing home. So this will be a very special piece. But, you know, I probably wouldn't wear it like that. So what I'm going to do is, it's got a great clasp on it. Look at this great clasp. Isn't that great? Someone strung it. It looks like it needs to be restrung too. But what I'm thinking so far is using these 3. Now, what do you think of that? I think gold. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this side alone and then add this to the other side and make a long necklace. And actually, I didn't think about it. But, well, this has got blue in it. But this, something like this would go really great at the bottom of it. So that's kind of what my thinking is, to keep this one side as it is, restring it, and then use these components in the other side. I did think to pull a little light pink into it, maybe. Because these here, there's one of the beads is a little peachy, pinkish looking. But I don't know. Aren't they pretty together? So that's what's whirling in my mind right now. It's whirling in my mind. That's what's whirling in my box. And then I have these two cool little beads that I think I need to add onto it. So there, they go in a Ziploc. They will get put together eventually. Let's see what else is in my basket. Some of this you've already seen before. Some of this is just from previous lives. Let's see. I think I showed this. I can't remember now. I think I did show this. I was up in my jewelry box. And that's the bad thing when you do jewelry. You get in your jewelry box. And you're like, oh, look at that. I never wear that. But this is a really nice... Oh, I did show this. I did. But anyway, this is a really nice bracelet. And it has some cool charms on it. But I don't wear it. So I was like, what can I do? It's got a dove. And look at this cool sparkly peace sign. And a real clock. I need to get a battery for that. And a heart with joy in the middle. And then a little flower. So I need to spruce this up and wear it. Look at that. That's a nice bracelet. It's heavy, meaty, but it needs something. I'm not sure what it needs yet. It'll hang around here until I get sparked to do something with that. Let's see what else might be in here. And this bag. This bag is full of all kinds of stuff to make. Little kits. Yeah, these are just little kits from places, and that's just my little kit box when I just want to sit down and make one thing. Anyway, I think that's good for a day. What do you think? I showed these last week. I can show them again since you never know. These are little jars that I hold on to. I use little jars. And look at this one. I didn't show this one. But like this was Zane's, I think in Zane's mom's. And I thought to put some pretty paper inside, glue some pretty paper. Spruce up the front. Not really sure what I would do. Maybe repaint what's already on there. Or add something on the front. And use these as containers to give gifts. That doesn't really fit. It just sits on there. But that's okay. That would make a great gift. And this was an old makeup container. I've had to put it in the dishwasher a couple times to get all the makeup out of it. But they make good containers for makeup. But look at that. You could put the earrings right in there. And give them as a gift. Now those won't because they're like long. But my other pair, you could put them in there and put a little bow or do something on the top. Put it in a bag. This had a candle in it. And I keep the little cool little boxes. I got some old vintage boxes. I got like watch boxes, ring boxes. And you can just take those and re-gift them with earrings and things inside of them. It's fun. It's very fun to use up. I have a dresser that has 2 big drawers and they're full of stuff. If you were here and you would go through the dresser with me, you would be like, wow. So get your, you can see I love to design and be creative. And so you're like, makes you want to give a gift just to use the boxes. Oh, I'll show you these. This was last week that we did. And you know, the resin is all set up really nicely now on the earrings. These are our little Aztec earrings that we did. Trying to get it to focus on there. Yeah. They were really cool. These were those with those magnetama beads. They're just like little drops, but I was dying. What's nice about them is the little jump rings I have fit them, so I could put them in those earrings. That was the one. Now that one was the first pair, and then this was the second pair that I did, and we used more resin on it, and see, it gave a little dimension to it. Both of them have resin. And then this was the one I did a couple weeks ago when I made fish earrings. I like these fish earrings. Hey, Maureen. How you doing? Yeah, well, I did earlier, Maureen, but what happened was the sound didn't work, and I had all kinds of technical problems, and so, you know, I don't have like 100 people on here, so I just went on and did it again, because I do want to have a video. All my videos are on YouTube as well, so, and I get lots of views on those, but I want to be able to have the explanation of the kit, right? So I wanted to do it again. Anyway, and here's what we made today, if you weren't on. Just some, I call them my Gemmie earrings, because they got little teeny weeny gems at the bottom. With a, this here is like one of those. I wish I knew what these were called. Maybe you know what they're called, Maureen. They're the vintage beads. They got like little specks of silver. Some of them have gold in them. These have gold in them. And they're glass. They're kind of irregular. They got a name, but are they foil beads? I can't remember what they call them. But I like them a lot. There's, you know, they were in some of the stuff that I got. And I have quite a few of those up there like that. These are a little more funky irregular, but the colors are really, really cool. Anyway, I'll be making a bracelet out of those eventually, because we got to use those. I mean, that's one of my colors. I like that color a lot. It's something I would wear. It's funny, there's certain colors I wear. What colors do you wear? I always tend to go to the pinks and the, well, I always do silver and gold. And I'll go towards the pinks and the beiges and anything earthy looking. Anything earthy looking. Like that whole thing I just showed you. Now, is that earthy looking or what? Like, you know, I fell in love with those plastic ones we did, the beachy earrings, because they're earthy looking. Anything earthy looking. Here's a pair of, this is a project down the road. It's in the back of my mind, and everything I look at my stuff, because I want to make sure I do kits as well. So, this is a pair that I did with my one mentor, and it's got weeny teeny wire wrapping, and I want to make these chandelier earrings. But look at those colors. Look, like this is like a soft yellow bone color, and then a green. See, it's very earthy. I love earthy colors. Anyway, that's what that's in the back of my mind. I have some of these metal pieces that we're going to be using to make those. And it's on the list. It's cooking. It's right up there on the top. I can tell you that. And it might be maybe next week. I don't know. I just live organically and don't, you know, pressure myself. Now this will show you how organic, because I just showed you this project, and look how organic. It's green. It's very organic. I love organic colors, so I tend to always go to them. I like a little red once in a while. I like, but not red, you know, unique reds. Here's another thing I just got recently that has been a lot of fun. I can't wait to try. And these are little jasper flowers. Look at those. Aren't they cute? I got those on a live show. They are as cute as a button. They look like a little button, don't they? Golly, somebody took the time to make those little things, didn't they? We're going to use them. Use them. We all have a good day. It was very nice to hang out with you. I see Zane is on there now. Zane always pops in. My husband. Because the sound didn't work, I just did a redo. And we'll be posting this to YouTube later. And Puppy's sleeping, or I would say hi. Let's get him on here just to say hi, because I have to wake him up and leave anyway. Hey, buddy! What are you doing, buddy? Are you all warm and cozy down there? Say hi, buddy. Say, hey, we gotta go get some other work done. Yes. All the fun is over. so sleepy. He will be in September 10th. He will be 9 months old. So he's still trying to be potty trained. Aren't you? Right, Zane? He's still trying to be potty trained. We all have a good day. We all say, have a good day. Bye now. Thanks for coming.